Sit back, relax a little bit. Let me tell you a story. See if yours is anything like mine. Remember when I was a kid? So much better when I popped the lid. Feel the rap or open it up.
Exactly, listen to Shawnee. Right, and Cash Out's the easy way to get money transferred when you're out with friends. So hit up into that and then we'll get back to it.
He said, baby, jump in the back, boy. Tailgate crazy.
Tailgate crazy. What's going on, guys? How are you doing? Welcome back for another exciting episode of Fantasy Reports on Shady Sports Network. I'm your bus driver, LaCedric Green. Got my co-pilot, Justin T, with me as always. What up, Justin? How are you?
Not much. I'm just I'm going to start texting Garrett Wilson here in Fields and tell him they got to start being the top duo in New York for 2025.
Yeah, guys, rolling into it. You see it. So tonight we got a good lineup for you. We got a couple things, always football to talk about. As I was talking about someone, I forget who was I speaking with earlier about that, but got a good lineup for you tonight. We're going to be talking about Jameis Winston signing with the Giants. Aaron Rodgers visits Pittsburgh Steelers. See what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. Got Brandin Cooks returning to the Saints. And then, of course, some NBA updates. Nuggets putting it down on the Rockets right now. But we'll talk about the Timberwolves, man. They had a dominant win over the Pelicans. And then some other news in the NBA. And then we'll touch on some other things as well. So I hope you guys are ready tonight. It's going to be a good episode. I hope you're ready, Justin.
Oh, I'm absolutely ready. I got the races behind me, the Italian football leagues behind me. Now it's all NFL and NBA. Let's get it rolling.
There we go. Let's get it going. So you guys know how we do. We'll go ahead and kick it off with this promo, and then we'll come back and get right into it. So guys, stick with us. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Let your friends know, and let's get it going. We'll be right back. So we put a question in the chat. I put a question in the chat. Who has the better quarterback wide receiver duo? New York Giants or the New York Jets? I already got a comment. What up, Mike? Hey, thanks for watching, man.
Is this the real
question? Does New
it's
York
what gets the
even have a
people going. We don't
quarterback?
know what it means. It's provocative.
And we don't even know which New York team he's talking about, right? I mean, good question. Does any of those New York teams have a quarterback? I know Buffalo does. They got a quarterback for sure. But New York just recently, Giants
they paid their quarterback too.
Huh?
They paid their quarterback too.
Paid him like he needs to be paid.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but the other New York team, so we saw that the Jets did sign Justin Fields about a couple days ago. Giants also recently signed Jameis Winston to a 2-year deal for $8 million. So it looks like they do. Well, they had Danny DeVito already too. So
hey, say it correctly.
Right? I mean, Tommy DeVito.
He's going to be playing for the Frogs or the Warriors next week. You never know.
Hey, would you take DeVito over Fields or what I mean, or Winston? And it's a question. I would take Neighbors over Wilson.
All right, Michael.
Right
Mike's
now,
helping us out here. We appreciate it, Mike.
Have the edge over Winston and Neighbors.
Yeah. Well, what about that Ohio State connection? Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson, their college days are going to reignite. Never know.
Justin Fields, when's the last time you played a football game?
I don't know. Well, which contract do you like better? So say you're one of those New York teams. Do you like signing Fields for 2 years or $40 million, or do you like signing Jameis Winston for his deal? Who would you rather have on your New York team?
I would say personally Jameis Winston, just because as a fan, I know that means that my team is going to go out and get a quarterback somewhere else, right? Whether it be in the draft or whether it be in the next year or so, they're still going to be looking into getting a quarterback. But he's also, in case they don't land on one, or in case the one they get needs time, he is a good quarterback to come in and play. with Justin Fields, I mean, it looks like, hey, that's going to be your guy, right? Like the only way you're
for at least 2 years.
Well, for at least 2 years and then beyond, right? I don't foresee them unless they have a good draft.
Yeah, if he does well enough, I don't see why they don't re-up him.
Or if he does average, right? Like if they're landing in the middle rounds of the draft, you're landing picks 15 through 20.
I think this what tells me in the New York area is that they'll just take whatever quarterback they can get and try to make do with it. They had
what happened with Aaron Rodgers? Didn't he go talk to the Jets? Did Aaron Rodgers talk to the Jets?
I don't know if there was much of a conversation there that he liked, so he's out of town. But I just, for fantasy purposes, I just like the idea of Fields and Wilson having that stack because with Winston. Because with Fields, they're having him play the full 17 games, that he's going to be their seasonal starter. With Winston, like you said, I don't know if they draft like Cam Ward or Shedeur or one of these quarterbacks, and if things go south for the Giants, if they pivot to one of these rookies, and then it becomes one of these rookies and neighbors and not Jameis Winston and neighbors. So that's where I lean in taking that side of the question.
Nah, I feel you, though, but I mean,
it would be fire though to see
neighbors
throwing 5 touchdowns to neighbors every game.
Yeah, but we saw neighbors go out and contribute.
Yeah,
with whoever was behind center last season. You know what I mean? We saw Garrett Wilson get lost in the sauce a lot the past season and barely come out and shine in the season before. I think he just had breakthrough games. He was the only thing that kept the Jets in it the season before with Zach Wilson, but he only had the breakthrough games the season before. He wasn't, I don't know, like I felt like he wasn't on Neighbors type level when it comes to
of course I know Neighbors lapped him last season for fantasy purposes, but it's still, average to mean for Garrett Wilson, where you're going for that high ceiling with Neighbors.
Yeah. I don't know. I got some good points from Jameis Winston last season.
I
feel like I guess I just haven't seen enough recently fantasy wise from Justin Fields to say I'd want to roll out Justin Fields over Jameis Winston, quite honestly. I mean, we saw the Jets struggle with Aaron Rodgers. Granted, their coaching staff wasn't in place. They are when they had Aaron Rodgers, but they did have Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I have more faith in Aaron Glenn and his new staff than I do with Dable and their front office. They've proven up to this point that they are incompetent at their player evaluations and roster construction.
What? You don't like having your starting quarterback?
Team who let Saquon Barkley walk and go get a Super Bowl because of $10 million.
Not to mention that whole dispute that Danny DeVito had with the pizza shop over that autograph signing.
That's a wild team over there. If I'm going to sink on a ship, I'm going to sink on the Jets ship before I sink on the Giants.
That's New York for you, man, right? That's the Big Apple. That's how they do it.
Meanwhile, Buffalo's over here like, that's okay. We'll hold it down. We'll keep going to AFC championships and losing to Mahomes.
Right? That's why they're on the other side of the house, man. They're not even in the NFC. I guess the Jets are in the AFC too.
Yeah,
the Jets are just going to jet. Jets are going to jet.
Jets are going to jet.
I think at this point,
what are we going to start off with tonight, Sed? Where are we going to hit it up? What are we going to attack first?
So, I mean, we're talking about this whole Jameis Winston deal in New York.
And do you think he's draftable now at the tail end of your leagues and drafts? Are you staying away from him, or how are you treating him?
That's what I was going to say. Is he a sleeper pick over there in New York? Do you think he might get beat out by Tommy DeVito? What are your thoughts? Are you okay? It comes to the end of your draft. Okay, you're at the last couple picks of your draft. You already got your team filled out. You got your squad. You got your depth. You see Jameis Winston up there. Are you taking a flyer on Jameis Winston? You don't. You need a backup quarterback.
Oh, backup? Certainly, I'd have him as my backup. I mean, maybe even quarterback 3, depending on my roster construction. But I'd be more inclined to take at value. Mike knows the truth,
right?
That is true. That is a good point, said. You got to factor that in where, like, all eyes are going to be on Winston and attacking him, whereas, like, with the Jets,
Okay,
you don't know.
let me change my question. Okay. Let's say it's week 5. I don't know,
Okay.
week 6. Week
Mhm.
6, you weren't paying attention. You went in to buy. You don't have a backup quarterback. Or you just didn't pick up a backup quarterback. You figured you take a flyer on the backup quarterback. And then you got Jameis Winston, Justin Fields up there.
I think I'm going with Justin Fields.
Oh, man.
I like the offense better. I like their running back situation. But, like, I feel like even if he isn't able to throw in bomb passes to Wilson, he's got Brees Lightning back there that he can dump it off and let him run 40 yards and take it to the house.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a better feeling because I feel
even
the Jets have a system in place that they're going to build around him this offseason to make him succeed as best as possible in that Jets offense for what they're capable of doing. Where for the Giants, I think it's just get it to Neighbors, and improvise if Neighbors isn't open or isn't on the field and healthy and playing. I feel like it's a easier path that the Jets are building around Fields to succeed than it is for Jameis Winston with the Giants, because I don't know what their identity is. Are they just going to be a pass-first offense? Are they going to be a run-first offense to take the heat off of Winston so he's not throwing 3 interceptions and, really taking the game out of control? So, but I do like the, don't get me wrong here, I do like the talent of Neighbors over Garrett Wilson. That's not debatable for me. It's just, as far as kind of playing off what Michael is saying here, is how efficient and effective these two offenses are going to run. And I just think that the Jets are going to be more competent offense in 2025 than the New York Giants.
Yeah.
So I would be more inclined by that week to invest in a Justin Fields if he's still there on waivers than a Jameis Winston, because I feel like he's going to be on the waivers longer than Justin Fields would be, barring any injuries.
Mind you, I want to point out, I don't know, I just look at, because I feel like,
oh, you're good. I like the banter.
I feel like once Jameis Winston took over the Browns, then Jerry Jeudy became relevant. So I see what you're saying about focusing in, but I mean, I feel like all of the Browns receivers became relevant, and Joku instantly became a threat and a fantasy value. Whereas on the flip side with Fields, I mean, George Pickens was nowhere to be found in the beginning of the season. Everybody, all the fans were praising when they put Russell Wilson in because they finally saw that deep ball. So I feel like, I don't know.
For fantasy values too, you got to like the prospect of Justin Fields running the football and scoring rushing touchdowns. Where
Jameis Winston can do stuff.
Does he have more rushing touchdowns than
No,
Justin Fields?
He doesn't. But I guess that does make it more of a threat. I see the Jets looking more like
that's up,
Arizona
Greenville.
now.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Greenville. Yeah, I see the Jets looking more like Arizona now, quite honestly.
Oh, okay.
Only I see Breece Hall being a much better running back than what's his face?
James Conner.
Than James Conner. Even though James Conner is a beast. All right, but yeah, no. So you take Justin Fields over Jameis Winston. I take Jameis Winston over Justin Fields. Split down.
But I would take Malik Neighbors over Garrett Wilson. So it's kind of like a weird trade-off there.
No, because I take Malik Neighbors over Garrett Wilson too.
That's what I said. That's how I'm agreeing with you. Is like I take Justin Fields over Winston, but I take Neighbors over Wilson.
And I think that gives. I don't know, because New York has a pretty decent running game too. I think.
It really depends, too, on how they address their offensive lines, because both of those teams are notorious for having subpar pass protections, and that could really affect fantasy purposes for those two quarterbacks.
Yep. And for the fact that New York doesn't know how to run the ball, so I feel like Jameis will be running for his life, too, so I guess,
Hucking, chucking, find neighbors.
Yeah. Check it. Football. All right, so moving on. Got that. Cashed that in the bank. Moving on. Aaron Rodgers went and visited the Steelers 2 days ago. Still nothing heard from it. 2 days later, doesn't look like or sound like he's going to sign with them. But we also know Aaron Rodgers needs to go into his, what does he call it? The
darkness retreat?
Yeah. He needs to go into the void and get it figured out. So it may be some time, but either way, neither here nor there. Is Russell Wilson still on the Steelers?
As of right now, I believe so.
Because I thought they hadn't signed him. Is he a free agent? I'm confused.
I really haven't paid attention to that quarterback carousel going on since the first week of free agency. I think he's technically still on the roster. I mean, he visited with the Browns and the Giants, but it looks like obviously the Giants didn't work out. So I honestly don't know. I am okay with the Steelers bringing back Mason Rudolph, but I don't think by any means that solves any of their problems at the quarterback position.
Oh, yeah, that's the only quarterback that did sign was Mason Rudolph.
Yeah,
and I think they were waiting to see, because at first I feel like they were waiting to see what Justin Fields or Russell Wilson were going to do, see who was going to leave first, and then once Aaron Rodgers came into the picture, and I feel like they were like, ooh, like, do you think Aaron Rodgers is an upgrade over Russell Wilson?
I don't know anymore, man. He's an enigma. It's like, what Aaron Rodgers you're going to get, and what Aaron Rodgers do you want to have on your team? Can you imagine that locker room having Rodgers, Pickens, and Metcalf in there? I think it would be like a WWE match, and Monarchs have to cover that every week because there's a battle going on in the locker room between those three heads.
Hey, they got Mason Rudolph to get in there and break it up, so they're good.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I have my GM hat on, I'm just avoiding Aaron Rodgers at all costs. You hope he just retires and fades off into the wind. But part of me is, as a Lions fan, I kind of want to see the prophecy fulfilled and have him go to Minnesota.
They already said they're not riding.
You never know. You never know. Hey, until it's not a possibility, it's still a possibility, and that prophecy can be fulfilled.
They said they're.
And he got Brett Favre's stamp of approval. He did tell him, "Hey, if you get the opportunity to go there, you take it and you play with them."
Are you taking Brett Favre's stamp of approval? Who cares what Brett Favre has to say?
Well, they're two of the same apples of the same tree. I mean, that's getting there. Like, it's if there's one thing that the Packers can do, they have head cases for quarterbacks.
Man, so you think Jordan Love's a head case? Hot take.
In the sense that, like, he is just, I think he's full of himself. Like, he didn't show anything to me last year to, like, warrant him getting that sort of money. Like, he was a very mid quarterback. He wasn't, like, exceptional, or he wasn't, like, a game winner. He wasn't, like, your league winner quarterback. He wasn't bringing you to championships, and he was borderline almost cratering your team for fantasy purposes. Like, Jordan Love is a competent, adequate quarterback for the NFL. For fantasy, he is like probably closer to what Patrick Mahomes did for us last year in fantasy. It's like that level of like borderline quarterback one, most likely going to be quarterback two numbers again, because like both those quarterbacks between Mahomes and Love, they do not have a true wide receiver one that's healthy and is available on their roster. They have a bunch of guys. They have a bunch of like betas, like wide receiver twos, threes. They don't have anybody that can be considered wide receiver one for fantasy purposes at the moment. And that really hinders Love and Mahomes' production. And I just think that Love thinks he's better than he actually is. And LaFleur kind of saw some of that last year. And that's why they ran the ball so much with Josh Jacobs. Because you got to factor in and think, too, okay, if Love is the guy there, he is the dude, he is him, why the heck are they running Josh Jacobs 20, 30 times a game and giving him all those opportunities and basically letting him get a revitalization of his career?
Wasn't he hurt most of – and then they just get McCole Hardman. Is McCole Hardman not a number one in your eyes?
No, absolutely not. He's a byproduct of the Chiefs system. He's got a couple rings because he was riding the coattails of those guys. Like, he's nobody that, like, he's a good – I mean, here we go. McCole Hardman or Romeo Doubs? Which do you like better?
Romeo Doubs.
Okay. McCole Hardman or Christian Watson?
Christian Watson.
McCole Hardman or Jaden Reed?
Jaden Reed.
So all three of those guys are vying for the Packers wide receiver 1 spot already, and they haven't done it. They can't do it. So I don't think McCole Hardman has any bit of a shot to become the Packers' number 1 wide receiver. I feel like they should have went more invested and all in and trying to get DK Metcalf. I think they realized that they couldn't compete with the Steelers' money, and now they're in a pickle of, are they going to take, because they need to address the offensive line for sure to protect their money bag quarterback. Hey, thanks, Greenville. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, I think the Packers, well, at least up here, you get a lot of talk of they're really good at drafting wide receivers in the second round and them not working out. And I can see them doing that again this year, is taking a wide receiver in the second round. But until proven otherwise, I just don't see Jordan Love being much better than he was even last year. I think he had a great playoff run the year before, which got him the bag. And now it's just, I don't know. Are you trusting him on your team? Like, where are you drafting Jordan Love on your team?
I couldn't. Quarterbacks like that give me a freaking heart
give you
attack,
headaches,
man.
right? Like, you just like, I don't want to deal with it. So in that sense, Jordan Love is a head case. It just gives you a headache. And you don't want to, because I don't, personally, my advice, I mean, anybody else, you're going to see it elsewhere, they'll tell you otherwise. For me, this will be an early quarterback take for me, is like, I'm not drafting Jordan Love in my drafts for fantasy football this year. Unless if he falls to me at a good price and in later rounds, I'm not going out of my way to reach for him or take him early or take him over some of the other top 12 quarterbacks that are better for fantasy purposes than him.
Yeah. Okay.
But I agree with Michael here that, I mean, if Rodgers doesn't land with the Steelers or Vikings, I think his time is done. Because I don't think anywhere else wants him. I don't think I don't think even the Browns would touch him, even though they have like the worst quarterback of all time in Deshaun Watson. But I think it's one of those things where you just need to push him out the door, just like go be free. Go away. Nobody wants you anymore. Just get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's quite crazy. I feel like maybe 3 years ago.
I mean, if he was less of a Looney Tune and more like Tom Brady with a good head on his shoulder and a better attitude, maybe he'd play longer in his 40s like Brady did, but he's not. And that's going to force himself to an early retirement.
Mm-hmm. All right, so moving on.
Promo.
Yeah, I was gonna say. But on the other side of the promo, when we come back, we'll be talking about Brandin Cooks returning to the Saints. And then I'll pull up I got some other questions to touch on too.
I'd love to hear it.
Mike said he'd prefer a rookie over Jordan Love.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, quite honestly.
That's what I'm talking about.
I am definitely
no love for love on this show.
Are you taking Shedeur Sanders over Jordan Love?
No, let's just go into promo. We're not getting that wild right now. I can't go that wild right now.
Why are you all just hating? Why is everybody hating Caleb Williams, man? Y'all ain't even seen what he could do yet.
No, he's a bum.
Oh man. Hey, tempting me. Let's go ahead and all you new people, we got some new people that chimed in. You guys, hey, hit that like button, hit that share button. You guys over on X, please hit that share button, let your friends know. And we will be right back. Catch us on the other side, guys. And we'll be here. So be there.
Enjoy the promo.
Enjoy the promo, as he said.
My name is Anton Popoff, and this is my 6th year of college football. Training during the hottest times of the day is a recipe for muscle cramps, which is why electrolytes are so important. Hydration is crucial for my performance. Dragon Salt eliminates muscle cramps and boosts your overall energy level. Whether it's a weight room or field session, I fuel up with Dragon Salt beforehand. It's been a game changer for me, and it'll be a game changer for you.
Check it out, guys. Dragon Salt, DRGNSalt.com. Use that code Shady Sports. Get 10% off for all you workout freaks out there.
Put it in everything. Build up that whatever you need for your workouts with it. Get it done.
Yeah, guys.
Use our code. We'd appreciate it if you do.
Use our code, get 10% off. Yeah, so we're talking about quarterbacks. We're gonna switch it over. It's not Williams, it's the Bears. It is the Bears. We'll get to these hot takes. Yeah, as Justin reminded me, we do have that time for hot takes coming up in about 20-25 minutes. So get those hot takes in, guys, and we'll touch on those questions. But yeah, no, we got Brandin Cooks. Brandin Cooks returns to the Saints on a 2-year deal. Saints just, I think, extended Derek Carr.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, what does this mean? What do you think this means for, like, Chris Olave, other receivers? Do you see any wide receiver 2 potential on Brandin Cooks over there? What are you thinking? Or how are you feeling about these Saints receivers at the last season, I guess I should say?
Good question. All right, I'll lay it on you and get started early with these hot takes. I think Chris Olave is at best a wide receiver 2 this season as he finishes in 2025. Granted, his health is an issue and a huge question mark. He's like Tua in the wide receiver position. I think one more concussion or maybe even 2, and he's done. He hasn't held up a whole season since he's been in the league, which is unfortunate, and he's been suffering from a lot of subpar, if not below average quarterback play. And even so, when he has been healthy, he's had other wide receivers in that team outshining him with Rashid Shaheed and Juwan Johnson, other pass catchers that have just lapped him in production. I mean, he's a good, solid possession wide receiver for the Saints, but for fantasy purposes, I don't see him producing outside of wide receiver 2 numbers. Like,
are you talking about Olave or Cooks?
Olave. I think Cooks could easily outperform Olave in that offense this year. He's the big bomb threat. He's basically an older version of Rashid Shaheed, what he was. I don't think they're that confident that Shaheed is fully recovered from his injury still. It happened later in the year, and he's still got to rehab and come back from that. And this is like an insurance policy for Derek Carr. There's familiarity with Brandin Cooks in that organization. They're comfortable with what he can bring to the table at an NFL level in case of Olave and Shaheed aren't good to go for week 1. And secondly, Derek Carr is a big hindrance to Olave's production and for Cooks's production. If I was the Saints, I would have cut bait and just really suffered and just tried to trade up in the draft with whatever capital they had or assets they had to get a higher pick and go after one of these quarterbacks or a younger quarterback. Like, I don't think Derek Carr is really the answer there. And by extending him, I think it's just a gentleman's deal. Like, hey, we appreciate what you've done for us, what you've done so far. Here's your money, and like, go get us another 5-6 wins, and we'll be picking high in the draft again. And for fantasy purposes, I am staying away from Chris Olave and Brandin Cooks still, unless if I can get them of value in later rounds. If they're like towards the end of your drafts, you're looking to fulfill depth at the wide receiver position, I say I would take going after Brandin Cooks just fine. He had production with the Cowboys at like wide receiver 3 levels, flex levels, and that's fine because that's where exactly I would be putting Brandin Cooks is in my flex spot or wide receiver 3, depending on your league formats. I'm not relying on him to be my wide receiver 1 or 2. If that's the case, you've really abandoned and ignored the needs of your wide receiver position in your draft, and that's your draft strategy, so be it. But for me and for the majority of leagues, I would more likely invest in Brandin Cooks in 2025 and get what I can at him at value at a flex position than relying on Chris Olave in my wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 3 spot to be a potential starter in my lineup week in and week out. I'd rather be throwing Brandin Cooks in my lineup when necessary and as needed.
Yeah, very true. I probably wouldn't even look at him. I feel like there's at least 20 other options I can pick up before him.
And it's even scarier because say if Derek Carr isn't able to make it a full season again, they got the rattlesnake. Like, So in Dynasty, I think Olave's value is taking a real nosedive and is really hard to sell at this point. And you could pretty much acquire him for, value prices. All he has right now at this point is name value alone, and that kind of carries a little price tag with it. But I feel like in dynasty leagues, if you can get Brandin Cooks for cheap off a roster, like a late round pick, and that it's fine, go for it for me. But overall, in general, I think for a fantasy perspective, I'm just staying away from them unless I can get them at a cheap price.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you like either of them, or where's your head at with?
Well, I mean, kind of honestly.
Does Derek Carr scare you at all? Are you invested in Derek Carr? Like, would you take Derek Carr over Jameis Winston or Justin Fields?
No, not at all. I'm not.
Absolutely not.
Not at all. Yeah,
I'm with you there. I think it's Justin Fields, Jameis Winston, and then Derek Carr for me in that order.
I think it's Jameis Winston, Justin Fields, and then Derek Carr.
Yeah. So consensus, we have him at the bottom of the barrel where he belongs.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a hot take even more so. Let's get this one going. Hey, Chad, would you rather have as your emergency break glass quarterback as Aaron Rodgers or Derek Carr? You had to have one on your roster at quarterback 3. You need to start one of them in a week. Which one you going with, Aaron Rodgers or Derek Carr, said?
Derek Carr.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Nasty.
Derek Carr. I'm going with Derek Carr.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Oh, that is dirty.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd just throw it out there. That based on what we're talking about.
I was looking at some under the radar stuff. You
heard any news on Diggs? Where do you think he ends up this year? Is he playing in Houston, or is he taking his talents elsewhere?
Well, I don't see anything on that. I see Tyler Conklin signed with the Chargers.
I like that. The Chargers don't have a tight end to my knowledge. I think Hayden Hurst is still in the hospital. And
Hayden. I forgot about Hayden Hurst. Is he with the Chargers or Commanders?
He's the Chargers. Zach Ertz is the Commanders.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I like that. Tyler Conklin was effective in that subpar Jets offense from a year ago. I mean, he's proven as a nice vet, as a solid tight end too, for fantasy purposes or bye-week injury fill-in. I mean, but
they have Will Disley too.
Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, that's a low-key move that just happened. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you like that? You like that move? Yeah. Are you drafting? Are you taking Tyler Conklin later in there?
I mean, definitely a tight end too. Not like nothing. He's not going into the season as my starter. Like I said, towards end of drafts, if he's there and I need a backup, I'm comfortable throwing in a Tyler Conklin on my team. Which move do you like from the Chargers better this offseason? Do you like the Tyler Conklin in that deal, or do you like Najee Harris in that deal to the Chargers?
They brought back Mike Williams too.
Oh yeah. So, exactly.
I mean,
so which of those 3 do you like?
Low key loading up on the stars of yesterday. Yeah, and they have Conklin and Disley. I like that Najee Harris.
Which one do you think starts out of those two between Conklin and Disley?
Conklin.
Okay, I can lean that way too. I just don't.
Conklin.
I don't.
Well, because I think Herbert's just a big play guy. He's looking more down the field.
True facts, Michael.
Looking at his tight ends, and like Mike says, they haven't really had a solid tight end.
Yeah, they've been in tight end purgatory for fantasy purposes for a long time.
Little Jordan Humphrey signed with the Giants.
Hey,
dang,
he's gonna be Jameis Winston's favorite target.
He's gonna take over that wide receiver room.
Why the Broncos didn't want to re-up him? What's up?
I don't know why. That's what I mean. Like, what the heck, man? He was.
What do they got? So they got Cortland Sutton now and Marvin Mims. That's it.
What do you say it like that? like he was leading the wide receiver room or something. Nah, they got. Yeah, man. We got. I guess Troy Franklin still and Bailey. just some tight end, Evan Ingram.
Man, what if they end up taking a wide receiver in the first round over a
They
running
will
back?
end up taking a wide receiver. And so this is what I'm thinking the Broncos are about to do. I think they're going to take a wide receiver.
Could you forgive them if they passed up on Genty for one of these wide receivers?
They're not passing up on Genty because Genty won't be there. I don't care how many mock drafts.
In a weird multiverse world, non 0% chance. Say they're like, oh, we're going to go take X player instead of Genty. Well, if it's Luther Burden or if it's
Genty's there at pick 20, they're probably going to take Genty. But then if he is there, it's like, whoa, why is he there at 20?
Yeah, why is he there, Seth? Why is he there? If he is there, would you rather feel more comfortable rolling with Judkins, or you still get in Genty if he's there at 20?
Well, if you don't have to draft up to take Genty, then you take Genty.
Okay.
I think you got to, man, but what are you talking about? The Broncos got Evan Ingram. They got a bomb-ass safety and a decent – did you see Greenlaw's training videos?
All I see is Seth just pulling out receipts here. Come on, pull them up. Pull them all their acquisitions.
Yeah, Michael.
What did the Broncos do this offseason?
What did we do last offseason? Nothing. Got rid of Russ. I think we did really good this offseason coming into it. Yeah, we didn't make any.
You like what they've done so far?
Yeah, because there wasn't really any major splashes to go and make, really, besides
you
going
could use a running back.
Yeah, besides going and overpaying and taking.
You could have got Aaron Jones.
Back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could have went and overpaid.
Wow. He's worth every goddamn dime.
Yeah. That's what they extended him. They knew what was up.
They know who the champ is.
All right, so.
But yeah, I agree with Michael here. The state of free agency is kind of really vanilla, very blah. Like nothing like, oh my God, I guess the DK Metcalf move was supposed to be, oh my God. But in reality, we realized, he's going to the Steelers. That sucks. Because they don't have a quarterback right now. It's like, oh, great, you got DK Metcalf, but who's throwing him the ball?
Right. Yeah, well, they're gonna get Aaron Rodgers,
see,
right?
yeah, he knows his stuff.
Who's Sam?
Yeah, he knows.
Well, we do need a bell cow. That's why we
need a 3-down back.
Well, that's why I'm okay with them not getting Najee Harris, because I don't want to pay that money for a 2-down back.
Why don't you got Sean Payton there, right? You just go over there and knock on the Saints door and be like, hey, yo, you guys, what are you guys doing with Kamara? You want to work a deal up for Kamara?
I'm looking at this CBS Sports mock draft, fantasy mock draft, 12 round or
yeah,
I think it was a 12-round fantasy mock draft. Guess who their first pick was? Both people, David Richard and guess who?
I'm gonna guess it's Justin Jefferson.
Not even.
What? Saquon Barkley?
This must have been from last year. I think I'm reading something from last year. No, March 20th, 2025. Post free agency mock draft.
Not even close. Is it a running back or
David Richards, senior fantasy? It is a running back.
Okay, it's got to be Saquon, right?
Saquon. Here, I'll give you this.
Is it my boy?
Saquon was Gibbs? Pick number 3.
Is it Jahmyr Gibbs?
No, Jahmyr Gibbs was pick number 7.
Oh, the disrespect.
Mike said Gibbs too. Gibbs was 7.
Yeah, he knows.
You know what? How about this? We'll do a promo break really quick.
Okay.
I'll tell you who the number 1 pick is, and get it in the chat. Let us know what you think. You too, Justin.
Let us know, chat. Sed's gonna keep us on the hook. He's just
CBS Sports. Yeah, I won't even tell you guys what it is. You can go look it up.
We'll find out
on the
after
other
this
side. All right. We'll be right back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button. All you new guys that tune in, Fantasy Reports.
Check us out on these medias, all these socials. Find us.
All these places. Find us. Do things.
Good luck, everyone here. Oh my Lord, who is this? incredible hit going to Alpha Wolf. Congratulations, Alpha.
Yeah, Joe Burrow was not the first pick in this mock draft.
It was
Fantasy football mock draft. It was Bijan Robinson.
over Gibbs.
Jamar Chase was number 2.
I could see Jamar Chase over Bijan.
A-Chain was not even in the first round.
Damn.
Oh, the 12 team. As a 12 team, not 12. 12 team draft. A-Chain.
Sounds like...
A-Chain came in round 2, pick 17. Yeah, he wasn't even in the first round. CMC barely made the first round.
Well, that's out of respect. Even though the man was injured all last year, he's still got that talent to be a number 1 or number 2 overall pick in fantasy drafts when healthy.
St. Brown went before Gibbs.
Wow.
Think about that. Would you take Amon-Ra before Gibbs?
I'd take Amon-Ra over St. Brown over Bijan Robinson.
Well, yeah, I definitely would take St. Brown over Bijan Robinson. But would you take St. Brown number 1 then?
If we're going off of that, I'm taking him over Bijan Robinson. I'm not taking him over Chase.
So you would take Chase number 1?
Yeah.
And be happy with that over Saquon?
Ooh,
but you'd probably take Saquon number 1, right?
Probably not. No, I think I'd either go Chase or Gibbs.
Yeah, they have St. Brown as the 4th receiver off the board over Gibbs.
He's climbing every year, man. I remember a few years ago, he wasn't even, back end first round pick. Last year, he's a mid first round pick. He's climbing.
Do you think? And I know we're still on football. I like talking football. Do you?
That's why we got this show, Seth.
You think we'll ever get to a point where we see a tight end go number 1, especially with Brock Bowers putting up the numbers that he's putting up? You think if he repeats that this season, that we could see him squeeze into the top 3 the next season?
Oh, top 3, probably not. Top 5, maybe.
Top 5, I think that'd be a
top
big
7
one too,
for
right?
Sure. I can confidently say top 7 for sure. Maybe top 5. It'd have to be ridiculous for it to be top 3. And I don't ever see it a 1 overall. Unless it's a tight end premium league where tight ends get extra points.
Mike said he doesn't think so.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you're in a tight end premium league, yeah.
But in standard leagues, for our purpose, what we do, probably at best, I can think, 7th through the back end. Like, you can see, like, at the turn of the first round, like, you just take, I don't know who's there right now, but for the sake of conversation, like A.J. Brown and Brock Bowers.
I'd probably take Brock Bowers over A.J. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I feel like if I can swing back around.
Well, the tight end is a positional advantage already. There's only like 5 or 6 that you really need to get in your drafts this year, which, if you want to check your back catalog, we went over my way too early top 10 tight end rankings, and you can see where I sit and stand on tight ends this going to 2025. But I digress.
As well as our running back rankings, too. We'll have our wide receiver and quarterback coming out in the next couple of episodes, next few episodes.
Stay tuned. We got a lot coming down the pipe.
Yeah, man. So, Mike said he went 12 in his 12-person dynasty league. In this 12-person league, he went 19. So, he was still in the top 20. But I think, if
the Raiders get a quarterback, for sure, like, he's definitely elevating his value for 2025.
Oh, especially if they get a quarterback and then they don't go and get a wide receiver instantly after that, right? Because then they still don't have a true number 1 receiver. So,
I'm curious to see what the Raiders do in this draft at where they're drafting. I think they're, at 4?
3.
4 or 5?
Raiders been making moves, man.
They got Pete Carroll there. He knows what he's doing. He turned that and put that Seahawks team on the map.
And I mean, kind of the same, not really the same situation, but kind of the same situation too, whereas the Seahawks team pretty much ready to rebuild and go forward, and they had some decent pieces in place.
What are we talking about? The Raiders got Geno Smith now.
Oh yeah, they do. You think they're not going to draft a quarterback?
DK Metcalf.
So you think?
With the Jigma.
Do you think they're drafting? They're drafting 6. So
I can see them.
I
can see them taking a wide receiver.
They're taking Ashton Jeanty. That's why he's not lasting. Because
the Broncos are getting Jeanty, so the Broncos are going after Judkins, right?
Yeah, the Broncos are going after Judkins.
Okay, I can go. I completely forgot. Wait, but did you say Raiders are what, 7?
6.
6? You don't see the Broncos trading up to get Jeanty from the Raiders?
We're not trading up to get anybody. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Jeanty.
Broncos really don't want a running back, do they?
No, we don't want to trade up and give away assets to get some running back that may be used up already.
Facts, because they don't even open the checkbook anymore.
What are you talking about? We just opened the checkbook and brought in Evan Ingram, man.
No,
you see his post?
Michael's telling me,
Evan Ingram is hungry and ready to go.
When healthy. I will emphasize when healthy. Otherwise, you will crater your fantasy teams. Like
That's
last
everybody.
year, if you took him.
Name one player. Exactly.
That was just the Jacksonville water. He wasn't drinking the right stuff. He's got that Mile High liquids coming in.
What? Man, talk to half your defense, bro.
What defense? They're still in the hospital.
That Detroit water. Oh, well, we already know about the Detroit water, actually.
They need to put more dragon salt in their water up there to get them.
Yeah, they don't have enough dragon salt in their water.
No,
they need exactly. Sports code, get 10% off on it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to let them know. Right. Hey, guys, you have to start drinking some dragon salt because.
Yeah, so the Raiders are taking a running back in the first round.
Yeah. Hey, it worked for the Lions. They got Gibbs.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, he's number 2 running back in the league right now. Number 3.
So, yeah, to get back on track, I think the Raiders, they're doing something on offense. I think they're going to take the Bengals approach where it says, F that defense. We're just going to load up on offense and try to outscore you.
It'll be either a running back or an offensive lineman. They got them mocked out at.
Oh, really? You have one up?
Armin.
Was it have? I'm curious because I haven't been when I've been doing my mocks. I haven't been really paying attention to seeing what they've been taking them.
Let's do a mock draft right now.
Hey, was that foreshadowing? I don't know. Stay tuned.
Let's see. Jump into pro football.
Okay, which one are we doing?
Pro football. PFF. Oh wait, no, not PFF. Pro football network. Should do it fast or normal? Do it fast.
What do you feel comfortable with?
Should do 7 rounds.
Ooh, we're doing 7. Okay.
Well, how many do you want to do? Just do the first 3?
I'm just on the bus side. You're driving.
Hey. You're co-pilot, man. You got.
I'm enjoying my snack.
You're a navigator, bro.
I'm putting my tunes on. I'm just, hanging out.
You're a navigator, bro.
I might have missed my stop already. You haven't kicked me off.
Let's see. Solo, maybe multiplayer. Whoa, what in the hell? Oh.
Are we able to? Yeah.
There we go. I think
you'll just have to put it up on screen so I can see what when we get to.
Nah, bro.
Or are you just doing it? You
don't get to see it at all. Oh shit! Shoot.
I'll take Joe Montana.
Joe Montana. Hold on. What is going on? All right, let's go back. Oh, shoot. All right. Yeah.
Do you think Evan Ingram's the tight end 1 now in Denver, or is it Adam Troughton's job still?
It's still Trout, man. They got to.
Okay.
We got to get to training.
Or do you think they do 12 personnel, 2 tight ends?
And they're not just going to hand it over to Evan Ingram. He's not. Just
He's not you wouldn't say he's a major splash for the offseason for the Broncos?
I would not say that. Evan Ingram, I mean, could have done better.
Well, that definitely does that mean that the tight end you're looking for in mocks we've been doing lately for the Broncos, that's off the board now by them getting Ingram?
No, No, that means they can still go out
you would still take God, what's his name?
Hold on, I'd have to pull it up.
But regardless, anyways, you still think they can take a tight end in the draft?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that gives them a time. They don't have to like move up to take a tight end.
Okay.
And then they whoever they take, they can take a tight end later. There's a bunch of tight ends in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on? Trying to get one pulled up. We'll get there.
Hey, thanks, Sam, for the compliment. He likes our background. I hope you all like it too as well. That's doing some wizardry on the graphics.
Yes. Trying. Oh, here's a PFF mock draft simulator. I'll just use theirs. All these other guys.
What was the one you used last time? Did that one work?
I forget which one it was.
Sorry, chat. We didn't come in fully prepared. We're sorry to disappoint.
Nah, this is on the spot, son.
Yeah, this is live. See the pants, you know.
Right.
Ooh. I think I'd go. I think I'd go Loveland for the Broncos.
The tight ends.
Yeah, he's saying Warren or Loveland.
Well, I just don't think Colson Loveland will be there, though. That's the thing. I'm not moving up. I don't want to move up.
While we're waiting to pull this up and get this mock draft started, we got.
I don't want to give any assets
with,
up for
Michael here.
These quarterbacks, man. Oh, let's do a 3-round. All right, 3-round mock draft. NFL.com.
Because they could never find a quarterback.
Oh,
I think that's on brand. That's gotta be a good answer, right? What do you think, Sid?
Because they don't know what they're doing. Because they can't find a quarterback. All right. Here we go.
Oh, shooty pop. Okay, all right. Here we go.
Do a 3-round.
PFF?
PFF.
Okay.
All right. We'll start it. Tennessee
All
Titans.
right, here we go.
What do you think they're going to take first?
Ice for that, said. We're going to need some ice for those two teams.
Because good luck hiding when you're always found at the bottom of the standings. Oh, dang! I gotta have.
I still think both those teams would easily end up to be at the bottom of their divisions this year.
You think so?
You don't think so?
That's like
you don't think the Patriots and the Dolphins do better than the Jets?
Oh yeah, definitely. I already see the Patriots doing better than the Jets.
Then that leaves the Dolphins. Do you think the Dolphins?
Depends on how long Tua stays healthy.
Yeah. It's either the Dolphins or the Jets.
Yeah. It depends on how long Tua stays healthy, I think.
Well, then for the Giants, easily, I think they're the bottom team in that division now.
Well, I don't know, man. The NFC East, they had a habit of just doing
They're just all the Giants are good for now in the NFL. They're the Philadelphia Eagles farm system. That's all they are. They just give all their players to the Eagles so they can go win Super Bowls with.
Yeah. Well, hey, how about we do a promo and then we do this draft?
Okay. Yeah, it works for me.
Get this draft going. Get into it. Guys, who do you think
time to prep, get my papers ready, get the phone calls in, make the trades I need, What's up? Okay.
Let us know who the first pick's gonna be, guys. Get it in the chat.
Yeah, I want to hear your guesses. Who are the Titans taking at pick number 1 this year in the 2025 NFL draft? And we'll go over it when we come back.
Reports, mock draft simulator on PFF. Let us know. Oh no, we'll be right back on the flip side. Yeah, boy. What's goody, guys? Hey, so we're gonna do this mock draft. Figure we do a live mock draft. Roll into it, see how it rolls out. I think we did have one person. Mike came in and said Tennessee would be drafting Cam Ward. Sounds about right.
I think so.
Yeah, I feel like that sounds about right. So go ahead and get it going, get it started, and let's get right into it.
All right, here we go. Let's see them picks. Okay, who was one?
So fast. I forgot
Yeah.
how fast. Cam Ward was
I couldn't even read that fast. Said
Shador said
they picked Shador at 1?
Yeah. Do you want to adjust? Oh no.
No,
Cam Ward was number 1.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Cam Ward was
all right.
number 1
Michael Lins, you got that one right.
The Browns.
Shador to the Browns? Oh.
I could see that. Travis Hunter went to the Giants. Ooh.
Okay.
Abdul.
What do the Raiders take?
The Raiders took Armin Membu. That's what I said they might take.
Okay.
Oh man, if they got Ashton Genty. Oh no, he went to the Dolphins. That's weird.
What?
Why would they take? Didn't they just get what's his name? Didn't they just get another running back too? It's a stupid draft. I want to start it over already. It's dumb. All right.
Should do the Dolphins? What are they?
Yeah, Matthew Golden. Tyler Warren went to the Bears. The Bears.
Oh my goodness.
Dang. All right.
That leaves the Broncos here. You got no Genty.
No Genty? Dang, I was gonna draft him too.
Damn. Hot seat. What do you got here? Oh, you want Luther Burden, don't you?
No.
Do it. That's who I'd take if I'm the Broncos. Do it.
That's who you would take?
Yeah, if
You're
I'm
not
the Broncos
though.
Oh, you have Colston Loveland.
I was gonna say I got Colston Loveland. Where's Judkins at? See, I can still take Judkins later too. I can take him and see.
Are you gonna wait? Who are you taking then? Here we go.
I'm taking
Spicy. Who are you taking?
Oh, what is going on?
Don't let Sean Payton see this. He's gonna shake his head at you.
Or should I take Omarion Hampton?
Oh, Mike's helping you out in the chat here.
What did he say in the chat? Hampton?
They got one vote, Hampton.
I know. I like Loveland, though. I won't be able to get another tight end.
Oh,
I get Scatterboo, too? Dude, Scatterboo's a little beast. Ooh, there's Mason Taylor. All right. I'm going to take Hampton, and then I'm going to take Mason Taylor next round.
You better hope he's there.
He'll be there.
If I sniped you.
Yeah, I'll be there. All right. Luther Burden. Is that who you want?
No, give me Pierce. James Pierce Jr. all day. Outside linebacker, Tennessee Volunteers. Hell yeah.
Right.
You got to load up on that defense. You know, the rest of them's in the hospital, said. They're still recovering.
Exactly.
Drinking all that Detroit water.
Just look at the players I care about, right? All right. Back on the clock. Oh man, I better be able to get my tight end. I'm gonna hate.
Is he gone? This is fun. This is great.
He is gone. Oh, Mason Taylor's right there.
Smash that button.
There
Look at this draft so far, guys. What do you think? He's got Hampton and he's got Taylor the first 2 rounds. You're nuts.
Right. Oh, Scatterboo's still there too.
Oh,
you know you want Shamar Turner.
Oh man, yeah, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah, give me him. Where'd he go? Give me that Shamar Turner all day. Yum 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 yum.
Dang,
there we go. I gotta stop Sed's offense here.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it was going super quick.
Yeah. This is
all right. See, now I can get my wide receiver.
All right, let's see. What do you have available here?
Sorry, I'm going all quick.
Yeah, this is a fast one. Oh, this is great though. Oh, who you going with?
Trey Harris? I don't know.
Dude, he's a beast. I would. Oh, what are the other wide receivers available for?
Jalen Royals, Savion Williams, Tez Johnson from Oregon.
Dude, you Bond's there from your mock drafts.
Oh, yeah, but he is so slow after making that big step.
With Michael here, though, you got to do it, man. He's a beast mode. You got to go Trey Harris. You can't leave him on the board. That's a deal. If you could get Trey Harris in the third round, said you guys are chef's kiss.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right.
What we got here?
Lathan Ransom. Oh, there you go, Andrew Makuba. Get you.
No, we don't need safeties.
Backfield.
What are these gross options?
So many safeties.
Oh,
there's Isaiah Bond.
We'll take him. Isaiah Bond. Grab me.
Isaiah Bond.
We'll take him.
Right.
We don't care. We already got Jameson Williams blow off the top. We'll give you another guy. Isaiah Bond can learn from Jameson Williams how to be fast. I mean, I know Trey Harris.
Oh, it was a 3-round draft.
Oh, it's only 3 rounds. Okay.
Let's see what they say.
That's cool. That's all we need is 3 rounds. Gets blood flowing. Let's let chat know our picks and see which side they like better.
Yeah. Just load.
Remember, if you don't like Seds, they'll kick you off the bus.
Get off my bus.
Get off
my bus.
No, but for real, I like that for the Broncos. The first 3 rounds, that's fire, dude. Did they grade you even too? Did they give you grades or?
Oh, let's see. I don't know what they did. Sure.
But that's great. So, guys, he got Omarion Hampton.
Yep. Mason Taylor
and Trey Harris versus
solid first 3 picks versus defense.
James Pierce,
Jr.,
Shamar Turner, and Isaiah Bond.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good first round on both our parts.
Where'd your Judkins guy go if you didn't get him? You didn't get Janty or Judkins. But you got Hampton.
No.
That's pretty good.
Judkins went, I guess, in the second round. He had to have gone.
Okay.
The second round. This is just the first round.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. Let's see where Judkins went.
Because fast is fast when they say fast in those mock drafts. Holy cow.
Right? Just flying.
And we got no trade offers, too. That was wild.
Yeah, I thought I turned it on, but oh well.
It's all good. It's fine. We got our guys. I'm confident. I'm sorry I kind of forced you into a couple picks.
I thought it was pretty fun. But it'll come, as we get closer to the draft.
Honestly, if I saw the Lions do that for this year in their first 3 rounds, I'd be perfectly, absolutely happy with that.
Well, there you go.
And then we watch Isaiah Bond go off on him against the Broncos in the Super Bowl.
You guys get Isaiah Bond, he probably won't even see the field.
Oh, really? Oh, I suppose he got Tim. He'd have to beat out Tim Patrick, right?
Right. Got beat out.
I mean, he could do it in a foot race.
I don't know about that. Not the running routes. All right, cool. So got a little mock draft in. That was awesome to get in. Let's see what else we got here on the board.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
Oh, Michael in the chat here is saying he's going to do some mock drafts, maybe some rookie fantasy mock drafts, way too early ones.
Yeah. That's all we do. Mock drafts, rookie fantasy mock drafts, and way too early ones. Yeah, and then we'll definitely get into the rookie fantasy mock drafts once we get
once it gets closer, once the NFL where we see where these guys land on their NFL teams. Oh, he's asking a question. Oh,
I thought you were telling us that you're going to do that.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, no, definitely. We're going to keep the mock drafts coming.
Absolutely, guys. If you like them, we'll definitely keep rolling them out. We enjoy doing them very much so.
I think we'll be on mock draft 3.0, the next one we roll
It's really going to heat up, too, once it gets closer to the NFL draft season and then for our fantasy drafts coming this summer. Once those players get homes and we know where they're going to be, like who's going to be on the Broncos and the Lions, and we draft them in our fantasy teams accordingly.
Mm-hmm. So true.
I'm curious, though, Seth, as of right now, is there any, despite whatever teams they go to, whatever landing spot, is there any rookies in this NFL draft this year that you'd be willing to take in the first 3 rounds of your fantasy football drafts?
Wait, ask that question again.
So we don't know what their teams are on right now, but as of right now, are there any rookies entering this NFL draft that you would be taking in your fantasy football drafts in the first 3 rounds?
Probably JT.
That's the only one I can think of. Mate,
probably like Matthew Tate or Matthew Golden. What's his name? Golden Tate. Matthew Golden.
Yeah.
What's that receiver's name? The one from Texas. Yeah.
I think it's just Genty for me.
Really, I could see these receivers and running backs going early. I could see them. Travis Hunter for sure.
Well, you would consider it, essentially.
I am drafting
you think
Travis Hunter, especially if.
But what if they draft him as a corner?
Oh man, if I can get him in an IDP, I am taking him night and day, right?
I'm curious to see, where he goes in IDP leagues because you got to bite. Like you got to the idea.
Look at Taysom Hill, man. Imagine how important Travis Hunter is going to be.
Getting those defensive stat points and wide receiver stat points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just put him in somewhere, and he's going to rack it up. So definitely Travis Hunter, and then probably Tyler Warren.
Yes. So to answer your question, Michael, we will be doing some fantasy mock drafts too. Once our fantasy league fills up, I mean, we got 2 spots left. I mean, the sooner that fills up with the last 2 remaining people, we can start rolling those out in the future episodes. Get that thing piping up. So, we'd love to do that.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know why I didn't do a mock draft because that's just fantasy mock draft, but we will be.
He brings up a good idea. Like I think it'd be easier because I mean, otherwise the CPUs or AIs would just be drafting, the whatever value. I mean, it'd be ideal if we had the league all filled up, and I'd be down to do that. Said with you guys, if we get everyone in the league.
Well, we'll see how they do because I feel like some people, not everyone wants to do mock drafts. Kind of gives you an idea of what they're doing, but I am totally down.
Or not. That is the mystique or the strategy of a veteran fantasy football player is like you don't reveal all your cards. You don't have to draft your exact team. You're drafting mock drafts.
That's true.
But we know I know you're taking Drake London first round fantasy mock drafts. You and Drake London are tight this year. Water under the bridge from the last 2 years.
Yeah, man. Tyreek Hill took his spot, so it's now Tyreek Hill that I have a love-hate for.
We could also do that live too if you wanted. Like once we get the league filled out, we can do the live draft order for people to see where we'll be drafting in our leagues.
Yeah, that takes like 2 seconds, but we can pull it up on here.
It could be a little bit in between. You know what I mean?
I guess we could actually. I guess I don't know if because it can just like oh man!
Don't tell someone.
Pitts is the next. He's Brock Bowers 2.0. We'll see. Watch he have a freaking breakout season. Just go.
Okay, what do we do with Kyle Pitts this year in fantasy, guys? Chad, how are we feeling about him? Are we targeting him in dynasty leagues? Are we going after him in our redraft leagues? Is he a draftable tight end? We're like, where's the temperature check on him? Like, Chad, are you taking him in fantasy in redrafts? And
no,
you're avoiding him at all costs.
I'm not avoiding him. Just he's hurt my heart too many years in a row.
So with Penix, it doesn't move the needle at all for you? You don't think?
No, Penix is a first-year quarterback. Why are we thinking that Penix ain't coming in and going to be freaking Tom Brady?
Hot takes. We warned everybody in the channels it's going to be hot take Sunday.
Did we see enough from Penix last year to think that he's just about to come in and be better than freaking...
He'll be better than Justin Fields and Jameis Winston and Derek Carr, that's for sure.
Oh, wow. Dang.
Hot take
Already
coming in
calling
Sunday.
it.
This is way too early.
Will he be better
Bringing
than
heat.
Will he be better than Baker Mayfield? Then
I think that Michael Penix will be in the NFC South, not the best quarterback in that division.
Well, duh. Baker Mayfield's got that division.
Yes.
The best QB.
Now we get into when we cover divisions later on, maybe we'll get more into it. But immediately at first look, right now, I think I have him because of the weapons he has on that offense. As of right now, I think he's the second best quarterback in the NFC South for fantasy purposes. It's Baker Mayfield, Michael Penix for me, Bryce Young, and then
I got
whatever
Bryce
that trash
over
bag
Michael
they have
Penix.
there in New Orleans.
Derek Carr.
Yeah.
D Carr. I got Bryce Young over Michael Penix.
Ooh. Oh, chat. How we vibing with Michael Penix over Bryce Young? Who do we like better? Let us know. For fantasy purposes, let's put that in context. For fantasy purposes.
Hey, well, thanks for chiming in, Mike. Great
Thanks,
show.
Michael. We always appreciate your input and all you provide for us for the show.
And actually, no, because Justin, aren't you Central?
Yes. See? Yes. I'm in Dairyland.
He's in your time zone, so you can't even. You're making up all these excuses, Michael. We know you're just old.
It's like,
good luck in class, bro. Thanks for tuning in. You gotta jump off, bro. You gotta roll.
You
off.
gotta hit the emergency exit out the back.
You gotta pull that cord. You want this bus to stop.
Oh.
Hey, thanks for tuning in, though, man. Have
Thank
a good
you,
one,
Michael.
bro. Peace. Hey, let's take a promo.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's cool it off here. We got the kitchen's a little hot right now with these takes. We gotta cool it off.
I was gonna say, let's talk about some of this basketball stuff.
Yeah. You want to transition to basketball after this promo?
Yeah. We'll take this promo, go ahead and talk some basketball, and then wind it down anyway.
Cool, guys. Hope you enjoy the promo. Check it out if you like it, and we'll see you on the other end.
Hey, catch you on the other side.
Fantasy football fanatics, get ready to dominate your league. Tune into the Fantasy Football Reports every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. and Sunday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We're breaking down injury updates, who to start a set, trade strategies, and lineup advice to help you crush the competition. So don't miss the inside scoop. Find Fantasy Football Reports on your favorite social media platform, live on the Shady Sports Network. Your championship starts here.
Yeah, dude. Start right now, man. Hey, welcome.
No
back.
teasers yet for Tuesday's night's episode, but definitely check in. You won't want to miss it.
Yes. You definitely don't want to miss Tuesday night's episode. It is going to be one for the ages for sure. So carrying it over. Man, my Nuggets, man.
What is going on in the Mile High City? You said, what is going on with your Nuggets?
3 games. It'll be 4 games in a row.
Now, is this like what you were saying earlier in the season? Is he just taking it off? Is he just I
was thinking, man. I was honestly thinking, like, you see it, like, because I was reading something. I was listening to someone. Who was it? I think it was a fan or someone was talking about, Lakers will have a well-rested LeBron going into the playoffs. And I was like, oh, that's what these guys are doing. And it's like, oh, you don't want to discredit any injuries or whatever. If they're hurt. But, yeah, like you have LeBron hurt, sitting out all his games. Now Luka's out with, like, a thigh strain or something. Steph Curry's out with, like, a pelvic contusion. The Joker's been out. I think in some ways, like, yeah, granted, these players may be hurt for sure. I think they are hurt to an extent. They don't want to just sit down. But I think also there's some strategy into it as well, too, where it's like, well, if you can take the time and get some rest, you might as well get that rest now while you can.
What's the percentage of it being actually hurt and just resting?
I don't know, man.
With the Nuggets?
I think it might be hurt because Joker's I don't think he's missed back-to-back games.
So you're leaning on the side to believe that they actually are hurt versus they're just taking it off.
Yeah, it's just frustrating though, because I think it kind of opened that gap.
Well, are they going to get
Joker
caught up in the seeding? I think they're pretty much set in stone, right?
Well, in the seeding, I think they caught up, but I think it opened the gap between SGA and the Joker as far as MVP, which sucks. Because
if you're asking me today who to vote for between those two, I'm taking Joker.
How can you not? He's having a historic averaging triple-double.
I don't know. You're saying the gap is opened up with him not showing up.
That's everything I'm seeing. You know, I'm not saying it from me. I'm just saying everything that I'm seeing.
Oh, okay.
And then the Nuggets have been struggling, and I think that's what should prove that the Joker is clearly MVP.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that the Nuggets have been really up and down. Our defense has been slacking.
Are you at all concerned that this lingers on to the start of the playoffs, or you think they're fine?
I tell you what, man.
Are you comfortable rolling into the playoffs with the lineup you currently have constructed?
I mean, we have to. That's the thing. Just like the Joker.
I know you have to, but like,
you know, they're not going to flip some switch. It doesn't, but also it makes me feel that I'm okay with what happens with the starting lineup outside of Joker, Christian Braun, and Aaron Gordon next season.
So, for me, outside looking in, I think my biggest concern for you guys going into the playoffs is your depth at the guard position behind Jamal Murray and Russell Westbrook.
Well, with Jamal Murray, not behind Jamal Murray.
Oh, snap. I tried to give him a benefit of the doubt, but yeah, put him on blast.
I mean, Russ taking shots.
He wants that money, and he's not playing up to that money. I'm sorry, but Jamal Murray is not paying up.
Who told Russ he could take all these shots? Jamal Murray is not. He was complaining 3 seasons ago, saying that he was one of the top point guards. And in the past 3 seasons, the West has done nothing but get better point guards.
You think that's what's kind of hindered the Nuggets with their like reaching out and bringing players in, is because they invested too much in Jamal Murray?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like SGA is playing the way that our front office envisioned Jamal Murray playing.
Is it between the ears with him, or is he physically not? Like, what's going on with him?
I don't know. I feel like physically, one, he can't keep up. You see how Anthony Edwards punks him out every time they play.
Goddamn right.
And then age is catching up. I feel like I just think that it's just stale.
Would you be comfortable with moving on with him next year if you guys get someone younger and if not same or better at the position?
If they were the same or better, for sure. I wouldn't feel comfortable just grabbing someone. Like, he's definitely a top 15 point guard.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say maybe. I'd probably could name 10 point guards better than him in the league.
Yeah, for fantasy purposes, I'm curious now. I'm going to look this up, where he ranks as far as point guards in. So right now he is. He's the 10th ranked point guard on Sleeper for fantasy basketball.
See? And
he's behind Steph Curry, but ahead of Darius Garland.
I'd be interested to see.
He is, however, 3 spots higher than Luka Doncic on fantasy.
Yeah, because Luka was hurt most of the season.
Just like I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here.
I would much rather have Luka. Imagine Luka and the Joker right now on the Nuggets team.
Jeez, he's getting outplayed by guys like Dyson Daniels, Jalen Williams. Damian Lillard is outplaying Jamal Murray. De'Aaron Fox. The Nuggets could have got De'Aaron Fox. That would have been nice.
Yeah. See, and I don't know. I just feel like I'd be okay moving on from either Jamal Murray.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. But I'm an outsider, not a fan. But for your guys' sake, I'd be okay if you guys moved on. If you could get same, if not better production elsewhere.
And I think we would get the same, or if not better, production elsewhere. Honestly, no matter who we brought in, I think we could go and look at second-tier players and still get that same type of inconsistent production that we've been getting from those two. It's just, oh man, like the nights we need Jamal to step up, he doesn't, and then when he does, the nights when Joker's getting triple doubles, he's stepping up and trying to look like a superstar. So I just feel like it's just not consistent enough. It's just not there.
Out of curiosity, who is their as of right now? Who would they be playing in the playoffs in the first round?
Let me pull up a standing.
Sorry, I don't mean to make you do more digging.
Making me do work. Oh, damn.
Sorry, man.
Well, it'd probably be you guys.
We all know what happens. Game 7, my dog.
No, it wouldn't be you guys. Well, it could be. I think you guys are right there.
Oh man, how wonderful would that be for you guys?
No, we play the Warriors.
Oh snap!
Oh, because you guys will be in the play-in, so you would play.
Hey now, take it easy.
Oh wait, no, this is wrong. Oh wait, the Rockets are over us right now. I haven't looked at the standings. Hold on, I thought we just beat.
No way! How do the Rockets climb over the Nuggets? What?
I don't know. I think what this standing.
What?
Hold on.
That is crazy to think. I never would have thought at the beginning of the year.
Oh yeah, the Rockets are over the Nuggets right now.
Oh my god, dude! You guys are free falling.
Well, we're not free falling. We're beating them right now. We're free falling. Get out of here! You guys are number 8. You let Golden State climb ahead of you and kick you out and take your spot.
We're trying to get them to take you on in the first round. You know, eliminate the enemy. The enemy is my friend.
Get out of here, bro.
Hey,
you guys are being.
You just be concerned if we get in the dance. If we even get in the tournament, you better be best be concerned because you know that Anthony Edwards turns into that dog in the playoffs.
You know, playoff Murray shows up.
So
it's okay.
Playoff Murray, finger guns Murray.
We'll get Bubble Murray. Blue Arrow.
I feel like if Murray chokes this year in the playoffs, he's going to have to shave his hair off. All of it.
I know. He's been growing a lot of it, too.
That's how I'm saying. If he chokes this season away for Joker, he has to shave his head.
But, so speaking about basketball, though, man, you guys just had a big win over the Pelicans.
Yeah, we spanked the Pelicans.
Spanked the Pelicans. And I think I picked the Pelicans to win that game. Anyway, you had big performances from your big 3. How do you feel about Jaden McDaniels, man?
I feel about him the same way as I felt about him going into this year at the end of last season, when he is getting double doubles and he's contributing on the offensive boards and on the offense. He is great, and if he's fine. If we don't get that out of him, he's the hottest and coldest of players on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Like, he is the enigma. He is not an X factor. He is the player on that squad because he's starting, because he gets all the minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell how the game is going to go for the Wolves based on how he's doing. He's like the temperature gauge of the Wolves. When he's on and he's contributing and he's playing at a level that we all know he can do, he is great. The Wolves more likely odds on to win. When he's not, he is an absolute definition in the dictionary of the word liability. Like on defense, the free throw line, everywhere when he's having an off night, and because our coach thinks that our younger players aren't capable of doing better than him on his off nights, and he keeps them in there longer than he should, and it really is a huge factor of why we have as many losses as the Wolves have. He's been a huge factor in the Wolves' record up to this point, because he's been the reason why a lot of games have gone the way they do and they lose by a couple points, is because he can't make a couple free throws, or he's getting in foul trouble and being pulled from the game. It's just, he's frustrating. He is frustrating to say the least. I mean, I like him as a person. I think he's great for the team, but like, he's like a double-edged sword. He's good when he's cutting, but he's really bad when he's dull. Like,
sounds like Murray.
Would you swap them straight up?
No.
Yes. Damn it.
I don't want the same headache. A younger version of it.
Well, I know you were clamoring for Jimmy Butler there a couple weeks ago.
Hey,
I'd argue that's a bigger headache.
Yeah, but Jimmy Butler's a dog, though.
Yeah, you see what he's doing with Golden State. You don't think the Nuggets could have used that?
Yeah, we definitely could have. For sure.
Do you think Russell Westbrook had anything to do with that? Like, no, don't bring Jimmy in here.
No, I just felt like the Nuggets are just dumb and they don't go after players.
Yeah.
They just really don't go after big names. They feel
I
like
think Joker's going to leave the Nuggets in a couple of years and go coach the Spurs because the Nuggets frustrate him too much.
We knocked the Rockets off their 9-game win streak.
Really?
We knocked the Warriors
They
off
won?
their 9-game win streak.
Score go final?
116-111.
So now you back above them in the standings?
We back, as our coach would say over here in Denver.
Not that you ever were gone.
We're back. I don't know because I think we'd be tied now because we're both 46-27. But then we'd have the head-to-head tiebreaker, right?
I'm curious. So if it's the Thunder, Rockets, you guys, is Memphis 4 or is it the Lakers?
No, the Lakers.
So is Memphis 5 then or 6?
Memphis is 5.
Okay.
Golden State 6.
Well, the Clippers 7. If the Wolves are 8.
Yep.
Well, we all know what the Clippers do. That's fine.
Sacramento and Phoenix. Phoenix trying to climb up too, but they're like 8 games.
Watch them. If Phoenix misses the playoff this year, watch them blow up that team.
Well, they may be in the play-in, so it's them. It'd be them against you, I think, in the play-in. Or no, them.
Oh, we all know. We'll sweep them again.
You'd be against Sacramento, man. Sacramento is swagging right now with DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine.
I think the playoff matchups this year for the NBA Finals is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, whoever makes it. Yeah, because it'd be. Oh, I guess if it started today, it'd be Sacktown against Phoenix, and you guys would play the Clippers.
Oh, that's an easy dub.
In the play-in.
Do you see that the Wolves have Bones Highland on the roster now?
You can take our backwash all day. Take that.
I thought you would like that said.
Tim Conley was like, "Oh, I drafted this kid. Let me go bring him
mine
in."
Now?
Yeah, have him all day. You see how the Clippers didn't want nothing to do with them.
You don't think the Nuggets could use a little Bones Highland on their roster right now?
Probably could. Honestly,
that's what's sad. They could. Now you're like, oh yeah, maybe I want that backwash.
Yeah, imagine Bones next to Christian Brown right now.
Yeah,
I think they'd be swagging. That'd be a.
That'd
be. But Bones isn't that guy either. So,
no, but hey,
he proved he wasn't that dude that we thought he was.
He's a cheaper version of Jamal Murray.
Yeah, he is, but not as braggadocio. What's it?
Yeah, braggadocious or whatever.
Yeah, Jamal Murray got swag to him, man, and he backed it up sometimes. He can back it up for sure. Bones ain't there yet. He ain't on Jamal level.
He is not him. That's what we say.
He is not Jamal Murray, at least.
What do you else you got on the pipe, Sad? Where are we at here?
Oh man, let's see.
What are you thinking?
Fred VanVleet had a historic performance against Miami. I know we don't care about that. Nothing else really so much on stuff as far as what's relevant. I mean, I try to sprinkle in fantasy basketball, but yeah, Fred VanVleet just went off against the Nuggets for 37 points. Draymond Green trying to be Defensive Player of the Year. Having I think, that could go a long way for, helping Golden State move forward, because if he can pull up a historic type of performance and Steph Curry can come back healthy and have a historic type of performance and add in Jimmy Butler, they could go and do some damage in the playoffs, man. They really can. Draymond Green, he just shut down Giannis. So, does that have value in fantasy basketball? Does defensive play?
Yes, the league that I'm doing, you get points for turnovers, steals, and blocks. I mean, it's not a lot. I think it's like a point for a block, a point for a steal. So, I mean, does something.
Yeah. Speaking of fantasy sports, guys, hit us up. We still got our leagues to fill. We got 2 more spots left.
All
in
the spots in the basketball league. We're looking to fire that up for 2025.
Yeah, so guys, get on, hit us up, let us know. We'll get you in the league. Thanks for joining us tonight. I feel like it was a pretty good episode. I feel like we got a lot covered on the NFL front. We talked that fantasy, the fantasy implication on those last few free agency moves. There's been a few, and there's been some big name free agency moves this offseason, just not free agency. So it'll be interesting to see how that shapes out as we get closer to the draft, what happens after the draft, how teams are looking, and start moving towards the season is moving quicker than not. So we just got this bus rolling. Anything else you can think of there, Mr. Justin?
Make sure if you like what you're seeing now tonight, tune in with us on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we'll go over some more fantasy depth information as well as some breaking news, injuries, and updates. And everybody who's tuned in with us tonight is still with us. Thank you. It's much appreciated. And if you could do your part in smash liking and following and subscribing to all of us and all of where we're at on the socials and spreading that word and sharing it around with people that you enjoy and like and that feel would do the same with our content, because we appreciate getting it to you every single week. Also, again, like you said, just to reiterate, we're looking to fill up our fantasy league so we can get that content going for our shows and the episodes going into the fantasy seasons for both of those sports would be much appreciated. We like that. And, take a look at our sponsors here. They got some good quality stuff for you. Use our codes. We much appreciate it. It helps keeps the light on for us and what we're doing here and continue doing what we're doing. We're looking to grow with you guys and keep pushing out content, and just happy to have every single one of you that tune in and stick with us here day in and night out each week. It's only going to keep getting better and keep getting bigger as we keep going along here. So stay tuned.
As he said, definitely, guys. Stay tuned. Keep rocking with us. So we'll get this Cash App promo in and we'll close it out. And if nothing else, we'll see you guys on Tuesday night. Rock with us. We'll probably even have our wide receiver rankings. See if we can get Justin to get his wide receiver rankings going too. Get back to that. So see where that is. But yeah, come back Tuesday night, guys. We got some good stuff for you, and we'll see you then. Thanks again for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
How are you? Bring them things. I call the plug. Bring them things.
That's money. That's cash up.
I'm a game changer. Changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer.